Hello, and welcome to another Dwarven Tavern review. I am your host, Dr. Jeff Goins, and this time we are talking about Hoard of the Dragon Queen. This was released at the same time as the 5th edition Player's Handbook. This is a 5th edition adventure book, which is kind of a new concept, and I actually think it's pretty cool. So let's take a look at it. It's $29.95. And it can be found at dungeonsanddragons.com or wizards.com or amazon.com. And it's a hardback book that will fit nicely in your shelves. It's about 94 pages. Not about 94 pages, it's 94 pages. And it is an 8-part adventure. It's episodic. And it is... it's not broke into chapters, it's broken up into episodes. So it allows you to level up your characters, your players, in what's known as the what they call the milestone experience rule. And what this is if you don't want to have to deal with doling out experience points as they go, or at the end of each thing, or keeping track or whatever, you can just level them up at the end when they've met certain criteria, which could actually be a cool thing, I think. I haven't tried it yet, but upon thinking about it, I think it's pretty cool. It might actually work. So this book takes off in, and you can see this wonderful, beautiful cartographic artwork, which is the Sword Coast in the Forgotten Realms. And I have to say, when I saw Baldur's Gate and Waterdeep and Neverwinter and Icewind Dale and Mirabar and the like, I kind of geeked out a little bit because it brought back a lot of really cool old memories for me. The second edition, I think it was, that had started out with the Forgotten Realms. And it's Firun, which is incredibly cool. The artwork is once again, it's fantastic. They've chosen to put art from it's a very classy looking antique artwork. This is Green Nest or Green Nest, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Okay. One of the towns that you begin in, and so forth. The book at the end of each, I'm talking a little bit about the milestone advancement. You get there's a reward section at the end of each episode, and it delineates a suggested amount of experience points to give away for certain things that you do. I can't really give anything away without giving anything away. I don't want to put any spoilers in here for players, but if you do certain things, you get 100 experience points, give or take. Your dungeon master's tastes in experience point rewards. For example, when I dungeon master this, I will base the number of experience points I give on how easy or difficult it was for the players to get through it. So with that being said, if this says 100, if it was easy, I'll give them 75 or 50. If it was exceedingly difficult, or if they had a really hard time with it and they finally figured it out, I might give them 125 or 150 or 200. So it just depends on how the characters handle it, which is, what you're supposed to do as a dungeon master. You're supposed to adjudicate, which it's a long word. So there are things you can do with this as far as dungeon mastering goes. There's some leeway in it, and it's really enjoyable. It's a really enjoyable read. Again, the artwork, I'm not going to zoom in on this one because it's crucial, but just to give you an idea of how the maps, what the maps look like, they're very cool. One thing you can do certainly is to maybe take a picture with your phone, because everybody has those now, and convert it into PDF and put it on your favorite desktop programs for Dungeon Master mapping. And we're going to be doing some reviews of some very cool ones here in the very near future. The paper is good quality. It's non-glare. You can read it and read it and read it and not get any headaches or anything. And it has a number of characters and so forth. And it ends in a little bit higher level, like maybe 8th. Because there's 8 chapters, and it says that you're allowed to do anything you want, but it's suggested that you possibly level up everybody, or everybody levels up once per episode, with exception of the 5th. So that's fine, whatever. Don't have to level them up. Heck with them. I don't know why the 5th won't let you level up. Oh yeah, of course. Now I know. I understand why. The fifth episode in this doesn't have a lot of. It's just like a place where they stop and gather their wits about them, so they can do what they're going to do. And rest and recuperate. And you don't get much experience from recuperating other than the fact that you're like, a 10th level recuperator, perhaps. Now, toward the end of the book, you get these things called appendices. This is Appendix A. And in Appendix A, you get a background template where you can actually tie your characters in to the story itself. So that's not just some random adventurer or random character that you have that just wandered into the middle of the situation. You can actually give them a bond. It's actually called a bond. You can give them a background. For example, I'm going to roll a D10 because there's 10 different possible hooks. And I rolled a 5, so you have heard rumors that your close childhood friend, a half-elf named Talus, has been kidnapped by a strange group of dragon cultists. Your investigations into the cult have led you to the town of Greenest. You must save her. Hook inserted. So, there's 10 different possible ties to this campaign, and that gives you a vested interest, a personal connection to this. So, that's Appendix A. Appendix B is a sampling of monsters, as in a smorgasbord. It has both monsters and some of the characters, some of the NPCs that can be found throughout the book. For example, the Ambush Drake, Blagothkus the Giant, the Dragon Claw, a man named Frulamondath, Frulamwanth, shame on you. And the Guard Drake and so forth. Farblex Spattergoo. Sounds like he eats at White Castles a lot. And so forth. So it gives you a good introduction to the monster system without pressuring you to have to come up with a bunch of monsters out of the monster manual, even though we really want to. I can't wait till the monster manual comes out. And in Appendix C, you have magic items, right? So this has 4 magic items, like the Black Dragon Mask and the Wand of Winter. And that wraps up the 94 pages of the book. So this is an encapsulated first part of the series. It eliminates the need to learn everything before you go or whatever. It just has everything you need to start out, both as a dungeon master and a player if you're inexperienced with the game. If you are experienced, it's just cool. It's just a nice thing. So it allows you, it brings back some old memories for me, like with the Forgotten Realms and everything. So with all that being said, don't forget to go to wizards.com or DungeonsandDragons.com. And check them out. It's $29.95. I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 axes because it does what it's supposed to. And that's worth 5 axes to me. The artwork is great. The playability is great. The actual book quality and the paper is great. And the storyline's great. It's just great. So don't forget to look us up on Facebook and www.dwarventavern.net. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a like on YouTube. And don't forget to put in some comments. Let us know if you've got this book. Let us know what you think. Or if you just want to let us know what you think. Just period, about whatever. You know, the price of cheese in Holland. I don't care. So give us a comment or two and a big thumbs up. And we will be back in the future with more reviews, lots more reviews. We got a bunch of stuff from Gen Con. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Let the